Have you ever asked yourself, what's my next step? You want to become a teacher, you're ready to make a difference, but the path to certification, it can feel confusing and overwhelming. And I've been where you are. When I was becoming a certified teacher, I often felt lost. There were applications, there were deadlines, requirements, tests to take, courses to complete, requirements I didn't even know existed. And I remember thinking, I just wish someone was here next to me to tell me what my next step is. I just wanted to know, what's my next step? And that's why I created 240 Certification, so that you could have a different experience. My name's Scott Roselle. I'm the founder, the owner, and the CEO of 240 Certification and 240 Tutoring. And I created this to help future teachers like you have the confidence, the clarity, the guidance, the experience that I wish I had. At 240 Certification, you're never on your journey alone. From the first call with an admissions advisor, to working one-on-one with your personal program advisor, to the mentorship of your field supervisor when you're in the classroom teaching, every step of your way, there's a real person guiding you forward. You don't need to know every step right now. You just need to know your next step, and that's what we're here for. My hope is that when you join 240 Certification, you're not caught up in the huge stress of everything you have to do. You're focused on what your next step is, and this is so you can become the best teacher you can be. So what's your next step? Well, watch the videos below, and you're gonna understand exactly what you have to do, and especially your next step. We're gonna start at the very beginning of your teaching journey so you've got the confidence and the clarity that you need to be the best teacher that you can become.
So, you're ready to begin your teaching journey, but you're not quite sure where to start. Well, you're in the right place. Becoming a teacher is a big decision, and chances are, you've got questions. That's why I'm here. Hi, I'm Marissa. I'm the program coordinator here at 240 Certification. That means I, along with our admissions advisors, help future teachers like you take your first step with confidence. We guide you through completing your application, submitting your transcripts, and answering your questions, from what it takes to be accepted to how the certification process actually works. And I know you probably have a lot of questions. How much does it cost? How long does it take? When can I start teaching? These are the kinds of things we help applicants with every day. That's why at 240 Certification, your journey starts with a conversation with one of our admissions advisors. Once you apply online, you'll connect with a real person through one-on-one appointment. Your admission advisor is here to listen, walk you through the process, and make sure you feel confident about what comes next. We'll also send you reminders and updates, so you're never left wondering what step to take next or where you stand in the process. And our favorite part, we love celebrating with you when you're invited into the program. Becoming a teacher is a big dream, and it's okay not to have it all figured out. That's what I'm here for, to answer your questions, clear the confusion, and walk beside you on this journey. Now that we've covered the application process, you might be wondering, what happens once you're in the program? Next, you'll meet the person who'll walk alongside you for the rest of your journey, your program advisor.
Congratulations on being accepted into the program. That's a big step, and you should be proud. Let's be honest, you might also be feeling a little overwhelmed, maybe even thinking, what did I just do, or what happens now? But don't worry, you're not walking this path alone. Hi, I'm Sarah Creech, one of the program advisors here at 240 Certification. Every candidate in our program gets a PA, just like me. That means you get a real person, a real former teacher who's here to walk alongside you from start to finish. From the moment you enroll, you'll schedule an initial advising meeting with your program advisor. That's where we help you set up goals and map out your next steps. You're never left wondering what to do next. We're also here throughout your entire certification journey with reminders to complete coursework, encouragement when you pass a test, and check in if you ever fall behind. Sometimes I'm your coach. Sometimes I'm your cheerleader. Sometimes I'm the person who gives you a gentle push you need to keep going. But every time, I'm someone who sees your potential and wants to help you succeed. We also check in just to see how you're doing, because we know life is busy and your well-being matters, not just as a candidate, but also as a person. You don't have to figure everything out on your own. Your program advisor is always just a message away, not just to help you finish the program, but to help you become the teacher you want to be. All right, so you've got a plan and someone cheering you on. Now let's walk through the coursework and show you how we actually prepare you to teach.
You might be wondering, what exactly am I going to learn in this program? And will it actually prepare me to teach? Those are fair questions. And the truth is, We've designed this curriculum with you in mind. I'm Dr. Christy Mulkey, Director of Curriculum here at 240 Certification, and every course we've created is focused on one thing: helping you feel confident, capable, and ready to step into the classroom on day one. So what makes our curriculum different? You won't be buried in textbooks. There's no fluff, no busy work, and no papers to write. Just real, practical instruction designed by veteran teachers who have actually taught in real classrooms. You'll learn how to understand and design effective lessons, not just write them. You'll practice classroom management strategies, including how to handle behavior challenges in a real-world way. And you'll learn how to reach every student using differentiation to meet their needs and support their growth. Still wondering if the coursework is just a bunch of multiple-choice quizzes? Well, it's not. Every assignment you submit is reviewed by a real educator, someone who gives you thoughtful, specific feedback. So if something isn't quite right, we won't just tell you what's wrong, we'll help you make it better. Our pass rate for the PPR exam? Nearly 100% every year. And that's not a coincidence, because our coursework gives you the tools and the confidence you need, not just to pass a test, but to teach with purpose from day one. You're not just here to check a box. You're here because you want to become a great teacher. And I'm truly honored to be a part of that journey with you. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Dr. Mulkey, this all sounds great, but what about the certification test? Let's walk through how we support you when it's time to take your exam.
Certification tests are one of the most stressful parts of the journey. We get it. And if you're feeling anxious about it, you're not alone. But here's what I want you to know. You don't have to face it alone either. Hi, I'm Terry Don Lewis, but everyone around here calls me TDL. I'm a program advisor at 240 Certification, and one of the best parts of my job is helping candidates like you feel prepared and confident when it's time to take your certification exam. You might be asking, how do I study? Where do I start? What if I don't pass the first time? That's where I come in. We helped thousands of future teachers pass their exams, and our pass rate is proof. 97% of our candidates pass. That's not luck. It's proof we know how to help you pass. As a 240 certification candidate, you get full access to 240 tutoring, completely free. That includes lessons, videos, flashcards, quizzes, and full-length practice tests to help you prepare. Plus, you'll get extra study material built right into your 240 certification coursework. Our test prep isn't your average study material. They're 100% test-aligned and tailored to the exact exams you take, so you know you're studying exactly what you need. Still nervous about what happens if you don't pass? We don't just wish you luck and move on. We help you reset, just like when I was a high school coach. If one of my athletes missed the mark, I didn't give up on them. I helped them focus, adjust, and come back stronger. It's the same here. If you don't pass the first time, your program advisor, that's me, will partner with our testing coordinator and our director of curriculum to build custom remediation plan just for you. We'll help you zero in on what you struggled with, rebuild your confidence, and come back even stronger. Here at 240, we don't just give you the resources to pass. We give you the people to support you too. People who care. People who've been there, people who will walk with you until you pass. Once you've passed your exams, the next step is stepping into your own classroom. And that's a big moment. But don't worry, just like every other step, you won't face it by yourself. Let's talk about how we support you during your field experience.
You've passed your exams, and now it's time for the moment you've been working toward: your own classroom, your own students, and your first year as a teacher. It's exciting. It's real, and let's be honest, a little intimidating. But not to worry. I'm your person to help you conquer your teaching experience. Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Hightower, Director of Field Experience here at 240 Certification, and my job is to help make sure you're supported where it matters most, in the classroom. By the time you reach this point, you've done the work. You've enrolled, you've worked through almost all of your coursework, and you've passed your content certification exams. Now it's time to put everything into practice. Whether you choose the clinical teaching route or the internship route, I will pair you with the perfect field supervisor to guide you through your field experience capstone when you begin teaching. That means you'll have someone, an experienced educator, observing your classroom, coaching you, and helping you grow as a professional. Your field supervisor will visit your school to observe you teaching, and then sit down with you to talk through what went well and what you can do to improve. It's real, honest feedback, the kind that helps you grow confidence and get better every day. And we don't just check in during those observations. Your field supervisor will reach out every 1 to 2 weeks to see how you're doing, and our field experience team holds virtual office hours twice a month. So if you ever feel stuck, have a classroom challenge, or just need somebody to talk something through, we're here. You're still supported by your program advisor too. So think of your field supervisor and our team as an extra layer of mentorship, focused on helping you thrive during your first year in the classroom. This is where it all comes together. Everything you've learned turns into real teaching, and your journey to becoming a teacher becomes real life, with us still right there beside you. So what happens now that you've passed your test, completed your coursework, did your teaching experience, and reached the finish line? How do you know you're really done, and what comes next? Let's walk through that final step together.
Finished your coursework? Check. Passed your exams? Check. Finished your teaching capstone? Check. So now you're probably thinking, where's my certificate? Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Cavan, Director of Certification and Compliance at 240. When you reach the end of the program, I'm the one, along with my team, who makes sure that everything is complete and your certification gets processed quickly and smoothly. Behind the scenes, our team does a full record review, checking every requirement, your coursework, your field experience, your test scores, final payments. We double check everything so that nothing slips through the cracks. And you don't have to stress about missing a step. Once you're officially marked as a program completer, we send you an email with everything you need to do next, step by step. No guessing, no chasing down information, just clear instructions on how to apply for your standard certificate through TEA. You might even get a congratulatory text from your program advisor, who I know is doing a happy dance for you. And once TEA receives your application and everything syncs, including your fingerprinting if needed, your certification goes live. You can even look it up in the TEA portal that very day. That's it. You're done. You've officially completed the program and are officially a certified teacher. We are proud for you, and we are so honored to have been a part of your journey. Now that you've seen how it works, there's only one thing left to do.
And that's it. You've seen what it looks like to become a teacher through 240 certification. Every step, and most importantly, you now know the people who will walk with you the entire way. If you're ready to make a difference in the classroom, you don't have to figure it out alone. You just need to take the first step. And that first step is to apply to 240 certification today, so you can spend less time worrying about the process of becoming a teacher and more time becoming the teacher your students need.